Joining us now in Studio B to unveil the brand new BYU women's volleyball schedule for the 2018 season is the head coach, Heather Olmstead. Coach, welcome back. I wish we had some Swiss chocolate to give to you or something, but we
Jamal
don't.
will get us that, yeah.
Thanks for having me.
We'll bring the Toblerone later, right? Looking at the schedule, really exciting. You have loaded things up once again. What do you like most about the makeup of the 2018 rundown? And we'll see it over the next few minutes as we go through the entirety of the schedule.
I like the challenges that are going to be thrown our way pretty quickly in preseason. The quality of teams that we scheduled to challenge us in preparation for the West Coast Conference is going to let us see where we're at, and that's a pretty big deal for us heading into the West Coast Conference. So we'll be challenged pretty early, and I think our team will respond well, so they're going to be excited to play a bunch of those teams on our schedule.
Let's talk about some of the really good ones. So you bring in Stanford, who won the national title 2 years ago, Final Four team. Kevin Hambley, former men's volleyball player here. You have a big smile on your face. You're excited thinking about that one, it looks like.
Kevin's excited to come back. We couldn't be more pleased to have a Final Four team from last year and 2 years ago, national champ Stanford in the Smith Fieldhouse. I think it's going to be a great match, a great tournament that weekend. We're super stoked to have them in our gym, and we hope everyone comes out to watch that match.
West Virginia and Wichita State a part of that tournament as well, so that's going to be fun. Kevin came with Illinois, I want to say in 2011 or something, 2012. He did. Yeah, so that was good. Other highlights, USC, Elite 8 team, Utah, Sweet 16, San Diego, of course, in league. Wichita State made the second round. Marquette made the tournament. 6 tournament teams. This is loaded.
Yeah, we're excited. 5 out of our 10 matches in preseason, those teams made the tournament. That'll prepare us well. So USC, second place in the Pac-12, 1 point away from a Final Four last year. So we wanted to schedule a Final Four team, Elite 8, Sweet 16, and we wanted to get all those rounds covered. And I think it's going to be good for us. We like opening up at home against West Virginia on Thursday. I think it'll be great to have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of schedule for us. It's a little different for us. One match each night. We're excited to be able to do that here at home.
You play 2 at Duke to open the season, then the BYU Invitational that you just mentioned. What goes into putting together a tournament like that BYU will host?
A lot that goes into it is kind of who owes you a return and who you're trying to play. And, Kevin I reached out to, and we got into a deal where, we'll go home and away, and that was a good deal for us. West Virginia owed us a return. They're good for that and coming back, and we wanted to get into a deal with Wichita State, so we're going to return to them in 19. So that's kind of how you schedule teams. It depends on what you've done in the past, who you want to play, and you kind of pick up the phone and make some calls and see who's willing to play you and where, and kind of just go from there.
At Duke, with the pair to open the season, which is kind of fun. They play in Cameron Indoor, so that's a cool experience for everybody.
Yeah, we're excited to get out to Duke, and I don't know, maybe we'll see Coach K hanging around. I don't know.
Wander in, maybe one
maybe
day
he'll give us some pointers on our volleyball, but we're excited to go out there and play. The unique thing about Duke is we'll play them twice, Friday and Saturday, and be able to make adjustments from the first match Friday to the second match, and that'll be good for our team to open up with a really good opponent in Duke.
Yeah, you've made the Sweet 16 the last 6 years. The program has, and several under you, right? And Sean, is this an attempt to not only prepare to do that again, but to potentially be like one of the top 16 teams to host beyond, say, the first rounds, if it comes to that?
Yeah, I think it's always a little bit of the underlining goal. We want to prepare our team the best we can with the best quality opponents that are going to help us win our conference. You win your conference, you're automatically in the tournament. And from there, if we do our job as our team and we win the matches we're supposed to win and we can win and we pick some people off, then we might put ourselves in a good position to host with our RPI. And that stuff just kind of comes. We don't talk about it a ton. We don't focus on that at all. I think our teams learned from the past couple of years, when you do your job and you win a bunch, you're going to put yourselves in a really good position by the end of the year to have those first 2 rounds at home.
BYU women's volleyball head coach Heather Olmstead with us on BYU Sports Nation, coming off yet another trip to the Sweet 16, following the Marquette Invitational in Milwaukee, where you play USC, Syracuse, and Marquette. Then you host Utah, which is always a fun game before a road trip to Weber State, and then you open up West Coast Conference play. At what point do you look at the schedule and think, okay, maybe I shouldn't schedule all of these top teams? Like, at what point does it become too tough? Or are you even worried about that?
I think it depends on the makeup of your team. We're always looking at our team, who we lost, who we have coming in. I mean, part of our preseason is to get our systems in place. So to be able to play tough teams is one thing, but to be able to work on our systems and get better at volleyball is another. So you've got to have the opportunity to get both those things accomplished. I don't know that there's ever such a thing as too tough, but again, you want to look at your team, see what you kind of need. With us losing 4 seniors and replacing a middle blocker, we have somewhat of a experienced team, but we want to make sure our systems are in place, through those 10 non-conference matches.
There's a different, I guess, setup in the men's game versus the women's games and amount of teams and whatnot who make the tourney in total that participate. But you've made the Sweet 16 in the last 6 years, as a program. And Sean has made the NCAA tournament in all 3 years. Have you ever been like, interesting, I feel like mine is better than yours? Have you ever compared that way?
No, there's no comparison. His is way better. I mean, Final Fours and national championship.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because there's like 40 teams that compete. Right?
They're doing a great job. I think
they are.
It's all relative, and we like what we've done. We just want to see how good this team can be, and of course we want to get past the Sweet 16. That's actually a goal of ours. But just to make it in and win the first round and the second round and get there, we're in a good spot. We couldn't ask for more to be in those positions. We just gotta finish how to finish teams off and close out those matches.
I was hoping for like a stronger response of like, yeah, I told him to shove it or something. But you're just too nice. You're too good of a sibling, I guess.
Thank you.
Because Sean would have been mean about it probably, right? He would have been like, no, mine are better. You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't speak.
They're pretty good.
Don't do that.
They are good. You're both good. That's what's fun. I don't know what's better. I have no idea.
Yeah, our girls love watching the guys play. I love watching their practice. They're competitive. They're just so fun to watch. So we can learn from each other. It's great.
Breaking down the 2018 schedule for BYU women's volleyball with the head coach, Heather Olmstead. You mentioned that one of your goals is, to get past the Sweet 16. You want to take that next step. Why do you feel like this is the team and the makeup to do that this year?
I love this team. I love the girls we have returning. I love our 4 or 5 incoming freshmen. We got a JC transfer that's coming in as well. I think, they're hungry. They want to move past the Sweet 16. They want to keep winning conference. They want to challenge in the West Coast Conference, and there's plenty of teams in our own conference that will challenge us. There's never a night we can take off. We always have to be on our A game. So I think these girls understand. They've been around. These seniors have been in the Sweet 16, their freshman, sophomore, junior year, and they want more. I think this is a great year to see if we can accomplish that.
Generally, San Diego is the team that challenges you. Who else is going to be there in the West Coast Conference?
San Diego is going to be great this year. LMU was great last year. They're going to be good this year. Santa Clara is a challenge. Pepperdine, St. Mary's. Honestly, there's really no team that we can relax for. They're all going to challenge us, and the second we kind of take the foot off, the gas pedal, we're going to kind of get bit. So we got to make sure we're ready.
All right, Heather, great to have you in Studio B.
Thank you guys for having
Exciting
us.
schedule. We can't wait to see what games are on BYUtv this fall too. That'll be great.
Will you allow us to commentate?
Oh yeah.
I'll be there if Spencer can't.
Yeah, Spencer will be there for sure. I don't know about this guy.
If Spencer can't be there, I will be there, Heather. You know that.
Love it.
You know that.
All right, let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for the approaching season. We got a good thing going.
It's going pretty well right now. Top 10 recruiting class, playing this great schedule, Sweet 16. Your life's pretty good, Heather. Your life's pretty good.
Fun.
Thanks for coming down to our level for this interview. We appreciate that.
We're upper campus. What are you talking about?
Can we just get a countdown to our season like football? Remember last year?
Oh, snap.
When you guys do your little
countdown to the Dukies?
We need to quickly do that.
Just a little jingle. Not now, but we're almost two months out from starting preseason. But
what is it, August 30th?
Think about it.
Or August
24th.
24th.
Just think about it.
So it's -7. Okay.
August 24th.
Ben, I told you she wanted a jingle. I told you she was going to want the
countdown
jingle.
Countdown to women's volleyball. We're going to put that together during the break, and I bet we'll have something before the end of the show.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, that's a pressure on the control room.
Let's go.
Okay, thanks, Heather.